Hey guys, welcome to Kids Geographic channel, and this is our first episode. We were so excited to create it. And our first episode is about dinosaurs. This is just season 1, and here we are with the Triceratops colonygus and Triceratops horridus. As you see the differences are this species of horned dinosaur has two horns in the middle that are facing down, just like a Pentaceratops, but you would mistake one for Pentaceratops because as you can see, Triceratops colonygus is much bigger than a Pentaceratops and even much more bigger than a Triceratops horridus. So, as you've been thinking, this one has a smaller frill with the two horns facing up like all the rest of the other horns. And there's also another difference. This species of Triceratops has only two small cheekbones sticking out, but this one, of course, as you may have been guessing, two other horns on the cheeks. One horn on each cheek, which is actually much bigger than the Triceratops horridus cheek. So the next clue that I might give you is armor. So this species has no armor, no bony studs, but this one, really bizarre. It may look like an ankylosaur, but it's actually a ceratopsian. Look, an ankylosaur is a club dinosaur, like Ankylosaurus, the most famous one. But as everyone knows, a ceratopsian is a horned dinosaur. For example, a chasmosaurid is a dinosaur with 3 horns. For example, Chasmosaurus. But a steracosaurid is a ceratopsian with only 1 large nose horn. Yeah, as you can see, these are both chasmosaurids because they have 2 long eyebrow horns and 1 short nose horn. And that's what I know, even what my father knows. All ceratopsians have a beak. And their color. Every single person doesn't know whichever color a dinosaur had. For example, they would have been guessing that an Allosaurus would have been turquoise, but now their ideas have changed. They think they're just a dull black or brown. For example, first they thought the Triceratops was red with black stripes all over, but now they thought it was a dull blackish brown or brownish black. And next up, we're gonna be thinking about tails. Now, this ceratopsian has a shorter tail, which you may see. I think one is 1 meter long. This one, 2 meters long. And now feet. And as I've known before videoing this video, I've counted how many toes Triceratops colonygus has. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, Triceratops has 18 toes. Yeah, and it's something weird. Look, this is the weird thing. It has both of the front legs have 5 toes. For example, look, 5 fingers, like a human. Just bizarre. but that's just sour grapes. And this is the truth. Everyone knows that the Triceratops actually has feet like a rhinoceros with hooves, and has up to 5 toes sticking out like a spiral. Yeah. And this was just another theory. 5 toes on each front foot. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 5. Anyways, there's something similar to both of the species. They both lived in the Cretaceous period. Everyone knows that. And next up is why their name is Triceratops. As you know, tri means 3. For example, tri in triangle, like 3 angles. And you can see it has 3 horns. That's why they call it Triceratops, because of the 3 horns on the face. But as you're also talking about, they also call Pentaceratops 5-horned face, because pent in pentagon or pentahedron. And you know why this theory is made? Because of 2 extra horns sticking out from the cheeks. Look. And next up is frill sizes. This one had one of the biggest frills of all time. It's about this size, maybe nearly the size of a Pentaceratops frill. Pterosaurus frill. And this one, unluckily, it didn't have a record, but it was in the short frilled group. This one is one of the long frilled ceratopsians. See, a long frill up to 3 meters long, and this frill only 138 centimeters long. It's low-growing bushes, ferns, and tough pine bushes. And Triceratops collagenus ate ferns like the Triceratops horridus, but also ate pine leaves, and can also eat pine nuts. Yeah. And now we're gonna talk about the enemies. Both of those fought enemies. For example, Wugops, Spinosaurus. T-Rex only, because Wugops and Spinosaurus are both from Africa. Those 2 are from North America. T-Rex is also from North America. And they both have those 3 horns. You know why? To defend themselves. And now how they breed. And there's also something more that I'm gonna ask you about how they fight. And that's all. It's half breeding, half fighting. So when they breed, first when a male wants a female and the other male wants the same male, they circle each other, and then they lock horns and push. First in the beginning, they shake their frills. Whichever dinosaur backs away, the fight begins. And when they lock horns, as you may have been seeing, they tessellate. The horns tessellate like tessellations. And in the skulls of each Triceratops they found, I'm sorry, bless me, and there was damage and there was damage on the horn. I mean, there was damage on the frills, so that's why scientists now know that ceratopsians have fought each other. There are even tooth marks of T-Rex teeth. And whichever dinosaur gives up, the male which has never given up takes the female. And this male, no way, it's not gonna breed unless it wins another fight. Now, finally, how many years they lived. So they lived 60 million years ago. In the Cretaceous period, eating some fern stuff. Then after 65 million years, that's just, 5 million years early, 5 years earlier, 5 years earlier, explosion started. And as some scientists know, Triceratops was one of the last dinosaurs living in the Cretaceous period, about 645 Maya. And that disaster burned out all of the Triceratops surrounding everywhere and destroyed plants. There's no food allowed for them to eat. Nothing else left. So plant eaters died, even Triceratops. And meat eaters, for example, Wogops or Spinosaurus or T-Rex, they didn't find any plant eater, so they died. And see you later.